Alright, I should be live relatively soon. How is everyone doing? I am Multi-Apples. I'm gonna finally play hopefully a longer video. Make a longer video. I'm live. Let's go ahead and type something in chat, and let's go ahead and make sure Nightbot is working. As we play some Forza Motorsport 5. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to my channel, please. If you're returning and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're subscribed, actually thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing at some point whenever you did, and thank you for coming back and staying subscribed. Basically, if you will subscribe or you've already subscribed, thank you. Let's go ahead and make sure well, I guess. Yeah, Nightbot is working actually. So I just linked my Instagram. Oh, that is bad that I started very late. I should have paused it. So I don't really upload that much to Instagram, but it is there. I do use Instagram mainly to follow people. I want to start posting pictures, but I never know what to post. So, if you have any tips or anything you want me to post, I will. Within reason, of course. If there are any games you want me to play on my channel, let me know. I currently have a PS2, Nintendo Switch, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, and Wii. Those are currently the only games I can really play and record with the Elgato I have right now. Of course, the link to my Instagram is in my chat, but it's also in the description with all the other social media that I use, the links or the account names that you can find me on. Yeah. So it was in the description. Okay, so first of 2 laps is almost over. I'm gonna rewind. I'm not racing well, that's because I started late. So I rewinded, so I'll lose some credits on that one. I actually bought some cars off stream, while I wasn't recording, shortly before I started this stream. I bought the car I'm currently using, at the end of last stream, I believe. So. Technically the only, this game has cars from Australia, Italy, America, the US basically, Japan, South Korea, um, Great Britain, Germany, France, and Italy. And the only country that has a car in this game that I don't have is German car. So we're currently in 10th, which would get us the bronze tier credits. I'm improving by about a second. Actually good. I always mention this when I'm playing any Forza Motorsport game, but I'm such a huge fan of this series. I always mention that when I'm talking during one of these videos, because I have, I think I made videos where I just haven't talked that much at all, if at all. So yeah, I currently own Forza Motorsport 6 and Forza Motorsport 5, which I'm playing Forza Motorsport 5 right now. If I can remember, next time I'll go to GameStop. If I can, I'll get Forza Motorsport 2 and Forza Motorsport 4, which I previously owned those games, but I don't anymore. So I'll try to get those games back, and I want to see what console for the original, Forza Motorsport 1 came out on. And if it came on a console I currently own, I'll get that. And then I want to get Forza Motorsport 3 and Forza Motorsport 7 as well. I played some of the Forza Horizon games, but I'm not a huge fan of Forza Horizon. There's something about Forza Motorsport that I just prefer over Forza Horizon. Yeah. Third place. Not bad. Let's see if I leveled up. So unfortunately we lost 48 credits, but fortunately we leveled up. We're driver level. We nearly leveled up the affinity level. So not in career mode, but in a single race, I found out the most amount of laps you can do is 50. Which, I've never done a full 50 lap race in any Forza Motorsport game. At least I don't think I have. Which I would like to do, but only when I would like to on this, but once I complete the career mode, of course. Which I'm still a ways off. I'm drinking a little hot chocolate, which I have with me right now. It's currently 12:35 a.m. October 10th, 2020. 12:36 a.m. now. It's not October 10th, sorry. It's October 4th, 2020. I always get the day wrong. October 10th isn't for another 6 days. I was going to watch the New England Patriots versus the Kansas City Chiefs today, but the New England Patriots, but unfortunately Cam Newton got sick with COVID-19, which I hope he and everyone else that's sick gets better, of course. But I know there's another NFL game that was suspended, so one thing I'd recommend is we're supposed to pass as many cars as we can. So one thing I would say is definitely stay safe, y'all. Don't get COVID-19, or try not to get COVID-19. And if you're sick with COVID-19 or any other illness, I hope you get better. And, you know, try and avoid getting sick. Of course, that is easier said than done, though. Unfortunately, at the time of this recording, at the time of this live stream, I should say, I'm in the middle of a pandemic. I say we, but I don't know when you're watching this. It could be like 100 years from now. And diseases could no longer exist. I don't know. I don't know what will happen 100 years from now. Hi, if you're watching this in 100 years, first of all, hello. Second of all, what's life like? I'm probably not going to be alive. I mean, the life expectancy is like 80-something years old. And I'm overweight, so I'm not in the healthiest condition. At least at the time of this recording. And, the longest verified is like 122 years. And 100 years from now, I'd actually, if I were still alive, I'd actually be 125. That's assuming YouTube is still around in 100 years. As well. I don't know what the future holds. It would be pretty cool to see what life would be like in 100 years. I think. I say that, but again, that, if history's told me anything, it may not be cool. I don't know. Goodness, it's already October 2020. So the good thing is I'm roughly 2 months away from, I believe December 16th is like the day the grades are due of this year, but I'm not 100% sure. And I know wish for the career mode, the races would be longer. I cough a lot, so. Affinity level 1. Look at that, yo. Let's continue. So we're leaving in Indianapolis there. That race is in Indianapolis. I've never been to Indianapolis. I would like to go to Indianapolis, though. I've been to California, but I've never been to Long Beach. I've been to Santa Monica, Los Angeles, and San Diego. Oh, we can't change the amount of... Excuse me. Can't change the amount of laps we're doing, which stinks. 2, 1. Let's roll. I've been to San Diego, oh gosh, it was like 13 or 14 years ago. When I went to San Diego. I remember the 2 memories I have. SeaWorld, unfortunately. And this one is somewhat better. Legoland. I loved from what I remember of Legoland, I loved it, but I'm not sure what attractions they have there now. SeaWorld is a part of Legoland, then no. I don't know enough about SeaWorld, but I know what they do is pretty controversial. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and just use the restroom. Hold on. Right back. I'm gonna type that in chat. Yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and get back to excuse me, racing. And unfortunately, that's probably not the best position to start the race, or pause the race, I should say. But don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, I can't believe it's already October. She's like, September went by fast. Like this year went by fast. So 3 laps, that's gonna give us some time to actually try and get in first. But I'd imagine it's going to be hard to get, just because of how many turns there are. It'll be a bit harder than most maps to get into first, but it'll also be a bit harder to lose first as well. Then again, if I can get in first, so can anyone. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a huge fan of the Forza. I'm a huge fan of the Forza Motorsport series, so I've decided, you know what? I streamed it yesterday. I was relatively tired towards the end of the stream, so why not do a longer stream today of it? And just enjoy myself. So the Twitch stream I did earlier today, it is over NHL 20. I will be uploading that to YouTube later today. So if you're a fan of the NHL, or NHL, you know what, whether it be the league and or the video game, you can expect that later today. Don't mix it up. I mean, I'm in Arkansas, and ice hockey is not that popular here. Neither is field hockey, actually. I'd say college football is the most popular sport here. American football, that is. American football, basketball, and baseball are the most popular sports here. I don't know how long I'll be streaming, but I will be streaming. I did order some stuff from Walmart. So I'm probably gonna pick it up later, and thankfully it'll be contactless. It's one of those unfortunate things when you and your family need groceries, but you don't want to go out and like risk getting sick, and yourself or your family is sick, and you don't want to potentially pass the disease on to anyone else. Not that I'm sick with COVID-19, because I'm not. But I wouldn't want anyone to get sick, is what I'm trying to say. See, today is Sunday, so say tomorrow I can stay up pretty late, but Tuesday, I'd imagine that I can't. That's like the one night of the week I go to bed early, is because I've gotten so used to going to sleep now going to sleep late over the past 9 months that I think my body's accustomed to it. And not only that, yeah, not only that, when I do usually wake up, it's sometime, depending on when I go to sleep, it's maybe from somewhere between noon and 4. But so yeah, Tuesdays I have an online class where we meet online, so because of that I will be going to bed earlier on Tuesday, so track days, okay. Go ahead and take some drink of the hot chocolate I have. Dang it. Okay. Note to self, if you're gonna take a drink of hot chocolate, pause the game. So I essentially have to pass 17 cars in 2 laps for an average of about 8.5 cars per lap. If my math is correct. I do not claim to be good at any kind of math. Math has never been my strong suit. If I'm gonna be honest. Growing up, I've tended to do the best in history and geography. Those 2 subjects. Yeah. In terms of science, I struggle as well. But I find, at least when I was in elementary and middle school, I always found astronomy to be interesting. And looking back, I like to study the Earth, like the life on the Earth and whatnot, whether it be plants, animals. So I took a geology class, 2 different geology classes and a lab a few years ago in university. And surprisingly, I liked it. I never thought I'd like it, because I didn't take, whenever in elementary and middle school, when I went to elementary and middle school and we did geology, it wasn't very in depth compared to the university classes. And when I took those classes at university, I surprisingly enjoyed it. I enjoyed studying rocks, but there were certain aspects of the lab I didn't like finding the distance from one place to another, or doing topography, I think is what it's called. That I really did poorly with, and I'd have to ask multiple times to class for the instructor to explain things to me. So, yeah, I was never good at that. Even when, I was trying to tell the different rocks, the different types of rocks, which I no longer remember. I'm probably doing my geology teachers a shame, but I liked learning the difference in how to tell the difference for each rock and what type of rock it was. I was never good at it. At my best, I was probably a bit below average, but I enjoy that. That's one of those things that I genuinely saw myself improving. I noticed it. And that's one of the things that I thought I'd hate taking those classes. Just because just because I never thought I liked geography. But when I did take those classes, I absolutely loved it. Now, I don't think I could make a geologist, so I don't think I could make a career out of geology. But it's definitely something I could see myself if I had the time and I took the time to study it, I could pick it up as a hobby. History, I loved history and geography, as I mentioned. Actually, my original major in university was history with a minor in secondary education. But unfortunately here in America, teachers don't get paid well. And I discovered that in college, one thing I like to do after meeting people from different places is I like to travel, and you can't really do that as a history teacher. And the only other job you can be is a writer, and I'm not good at writing. Then I switched to journalism first semester, and then I switched over to mass communication with a media production emphasis. So I still like to work in the news industry. Don't get me wrong, but I would not be one of those people. I would not be one of those people that would be like a teleprompt writer, or I like to make my own films, but I'm not be very good as a writer, so I'll probably have to work with people on that. And work with someone who can write really well on that. And then so I definitely wouldn't be like a journalist where I would be, how should I say, writing news articles. That's not for me. I probably, as much as I like to be in front of the camera, I'm not that interesting. So I would probably be better behind the camera. I always say that I have a face for radio. If you don't get that joke, it basically means, well, that's not really related to my personality, but when someone says that I have a face for radio, it means essentially you're ugly. Yeah, let's rewind. I have a personality for behind the scenes work is what I'm trying to say. I'm very boring. Alright. But at least when although the counter argument to being a history teacher is at least if you're teaching at the university level, you can travel every couple of years or so. And same with journalism. With journalism, my goal is to work for a big news company, and if I do that, eventually I'll you know, if I work as like a cameraman or like a videographer or someone who just basically working with the camera, and I can go around the world with journalists and you know, just go to see different places. Yeah, this isn't my best race. Oh, well, we all tend to have bad races. In terms of race, if you play racing games. At least I'm gonna keep telling myself that to make myself feel better. Let's see, 5 of 16. So I mean, I could be doing worse though. There are 4 people ahead of me, but 11 people. Wait. 4 people ahead of me, 10 people behind me. Yeah, because I'm that 11th person, which I'm neither ahead nor behind myself. That would make no sense. Oh, if I can get past this person, I'll be in gold. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Dang. So close. Oh. I tried though. Had I not messed up earlier, I think I would have gone to first. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic for a second while I drink the rest of my hot chocolate.
We now head back to the Top Gear test track, designed by Lotus to be a true test of a car's ability.
In 2012, the scientists at the Large Hadron Collider prepared to smash two particles together to unlock the darkest secrets of the universe for the very first time. Before they could do that, however, they needed someone to guard the emergency stop button in case the experiment went wrong. Only one man in the world was fast enough for this job, the Stig. Fortunately, the collision...
As interesting as that sounds, we're going to go ahead and continue. So, yeah. So we're gonna race for gold. Okay, that should be fun. First place for 2,700 credits. That should be, I say easy, but I don't actually know. I can only hope that it's easy. 2 laps. I didn't know the races are going to be intertwined like that. But oh well. So what should I talk about? I like the way this track is made. It definitely makes it interesting, the design of this track. At least I think it is. For those of you that have played Forza Motorsport 5, or at least seen any gameplay, what's your favorite map? To play on. I would say mine are the Bernese Alps that are in Switzerland, and the Prague Circuit de Prague, Czech Republic maps. Going for nearly 40 minutes. I'm sure I would actually rate I'd rate this map, even though I love the design. It's a little, I wouldn't say it's I'd say it's amongst my least favorite. Just because of, I like racing in the city, and you don't exactly the racing on the airstrip is cool. It's fun, you know what I mean? But Yeah. I will be right back. I'm gonna leave that in chat for a sec. Bear with me. I'm back. Hold on. I am going to get a drink out of my mini fridge. And yeah, got some flavored water and Powerade. And one Coke Zero. So I'm gonna take I took the flavored water. So let's go ahead and let's continue. Excuse me. Road Atlanta. Cool. And I've been to Atlanta, but every time I went, I just had a layover there, and I was traveling somewhere else. And I was going east. Alright. 3 laps, I believe. Let me see. Oh shoot, that's too small to read without my glasses. That I need to clean. Okay, 3 laps. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that rewind button. Get you on the flip flop. Flip flops. Get you on the rewind. I don't know. Okay. How does the audio sound, y'all? YouTube is saying that the audio bitrate could be lowered, but I have it as I have it as the recommendation, so I don't know why it's saying that. You know, I've never been in a hot air balloon. I'm not a big fan of heights, actually. I don't like being high up. I've been in a plane many times, but I never said that was my favorite part of flying, though. For some odd reason, I love like traveling to bigger airports. Not the actual being in the plane, but being at the airports. I like. Cause I don't know why I like it, but I do like walking around the airport, going to like whatever terminal, depending on how big the airport is, or the the okay, sorry, or the you know, in the gate. So I love like buying little souvenirs there. But my favorite thing to do is eat when I'm at the airport is to eat the food. Of course, if I usually travel, by the time I actually I arrive at the city I'm supposed to be, I'm tired and a little grumpy. But I usually say I'm not a little tired. I'm a lot tired. I'm very sleepy. I just want to get to the hotel to sleep because I can never seem to fly or sleep alive. I don't know why I stopped, but I can never sleep on a plane anymore. I just feel uncomfortable. Especially because of the jet lag. Not the jet lag, the turbulence. One thing, I don't like being I don't like sleeping like when turbulence wakes you up. That'll always frighten me. So just the idea of encountering turbulence while I sleep is enough to keep me awake. So I'm usually awake for around 20 plus hours when I'm flying. So I usually can't wait to get to the destination. Of course, last time I flown was when I came back home from Spain and Gibraltar, but mainly Spain. When I flew there, I literally went to see a La Liga game later that day. So I think my family and I arrived around 12, midday. And I was like up since like for over 24 hours. Which is rare for me, but when I'm traveling, it's not. So, we didn't get checked in and get to our room until like 1. And I didn't get to sleep till about 1:45. And then when I woke up about 7, we went to my family and I had to get ready, and the game started about 9. Of course, it was Osasuna at Real Madrid, and I don't speak Spanish, so I got lost. Actually, so I would always ask "Dónde está?" I'd ask first thing I'd ask is like, if I remember correctly, whenever I'd ask someone, with what little Spanish I speak, I would always ask, "Hablo inglés?" Or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Hablo inglés, which is or "Tu hablo inglés." I don't know the proper words for it, but I'd ask in broken Spanish, "Do you speak English?" And if they said no. If someone said no, I would say, "Donde está el baño?" And I'd also say, like, "Lo siesto," uh, yo hablo, even though you don't really say yo. Well, I'll say something like, lo siento, mi habla, or mi hablo un poco Spanish, which means I know a little Spanish. Because I just know a couple words and a couple phrases in Spanish, so I would, and I know how to say, ¿Dónde está? Like, el baño o la biblioteca. ¿Cómo estás? Or ¿Cómo estás usted? And actually, the funny thing is, I was taking a Spanish class at the time, which is one of the higher level courses at university, but it had been a couple of years since I'd done Spanish, so I'd have to I'd practice with my family. So my sister and on the other hand, can speak Spanish very well. She can actually. My mom, first off, my mom and my sister can speak more Spanish than I can. My mom can carry a conversation in Spanish, but my sister knows the most Spanish. I wouldn't say she's fluent, but she's more than conversational. If that makes any sense. Well, speaking of which, I really need to start back and learning Dutch. I'm learning Dutch, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. Because I'm of Dutch, French, Spanish, and Portuguese descent. So. And if I learn those languages, they'll open up more places to work and travel. When this pandemic is over. When the COVID-19 pandemic is over. Which I started learning Dutch through Rosetta Stone, and I still remember it, but then unfortunately I stopped, and that was like a couple weeks ago. So I think what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna do a lesson in Dutch with Rosetta Stone. And I've actually been trying to find. I've been using a pen pal site for several years now, and I actually want to start like messaging Dutch people or people that speak Dutch natively, and with similar interests, and start talking to them through that site. Unfortunately, the site isn't secure enough as I like it to be, because I actually found there's like a data breach, or if that's the proper term, where I found one of my old passwords that I used to use for that site. So, granted, I had changed it since then, but the fact that you can find your old password isn't exactly good. I did definitely drink a lot of water to help me pronounce some of the words correctly in Dutch. With Dutch, other than conjugation at a couple times, with irregular and regular verbs, like the plural and singular, for the most part I struggle with that. Not really, but to an extent I do. Uh, my main problem when I was learning Dutch is um I struggled with the pronunciation of a couple words. And the way we speak English and the way you speak Dutch, one thing that I learned fairly quickly is you use different parts of your throat to speak. So oh man, I can't remember what it means in English, but there's one word I remember that, I would never get correctly unless I drank some water to help me pronounce it. That's use the back of my throat to help me pronounce the word. So if you're learning any languages, what languages are you learning? What languages do you want to learn? Yeah, I'm rewinding that. I was going too fast. So, when I learn more Dutch, I would like to start watching. I've already started listening to Dutch music, but I like to. I guess I don't really have to wait. Just to help familiarize the words to me. I'd like to start watching Dutch shows and whatnot. Dutch films and Dutch and whatnot. So let's go ahead and rewind here. And so that way we can maintain first. I remember I took a French class for one school year in middle school, and we watched Finding Nemo in French, and that was a pretty fun experience. I mean, I already had seen Finding Nemo at that point when it first came out when I was a kid. But I've never seen a sequel. I have Disney Plus. I need to. I can make time for. Let's go back. Continue. 3 of 6. Sorry, I've been drinking a lot of stuff, mainly water, so I'll be right back one more time. As usual, I'll be completing the rest of these races. So I'm back. Hold on, let me... Yeah, the thing is right. Okay, so... Let's see. Yas Marina Circuit. Say, if you're learning any languages, what languages do you want to, what languages are you learning, and what languages do you want to learn, and why? Of course, I mentioned I'm being of Dutch, English, not English, sorry, I'm not of English descent. I'm of Dutch, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Trinidadian descent. But, there are languages unrelated to those countries that I like to learn as well. Let's go. Is there really 129? Why has Nightbot stopped working? I don't pay you to slack off, Nightbot. I don't pay you at all, but it would be nice for Nightbot to actually use the timers I set for it. I don't know why the timers don't work. So yeah, for the foreseeable future, I will be I'll be streaming on Twitch from 11 to 12, and then after midnight, after Twitch, I'll be taking a couple-minute break. Depends on how long when the stream ends on Twitch, but I will be streaming on YouTube after that. So you can, depending on what time of day it is, of course, you may be able to catch the stream live, or you may just, you know, be sleeping while I'm live streaming and catch this when it processes into a video. But either way, thank you for watching and hit that subscribe button. And I'm just going off the times for me. It's usually I stream from like 11 to 12, around 11 to 12 p.m. and on Twitch, which the link is in the description as well. But of course, I will use Nightbot to link it for me, which I just put in the command. And yeah, so if you want to follow me on, so make sure there it is, there's Nightbot. So, make sure you follow me on Twitch and subscribe to me on YouTube. At least at the time of this live stream, both are free. So, yeah, I try to live stream every day. I'll usually let y'all know the day before if I can't make it or not. So, Or at least in the coming days before. One thing I noticed is I always stream better on Twitch than I do on YouTube. No, it's the other way around. I stream better on YouTube than I do on Twitch. Like, on Twitch, when I was using the OBS yesterday, I guess it was technically the day before, I lagged a couple of times. But now, on YouTube, I haven't lagged at all. Not that that's a bad thing, because I don't want to lag, but... But, you know, I wish I could use both and not lag on either. At least I think I lag on Twitch. I never really check to see if I'm lagging. I like how there's a slight delay between the what actually happens on my TV screen and the OBS. And there's an even more delay between what happens on the OBS and YouTube. So that means if I miss something interesting, I can actually look back on YouTube. It's like a roughly 10-second delay between the OBS and YouTube, and I'd say about 12 or 13 10 to 11-second delay between the OBS and YouTube and when I'm live streaming, and the I'd say 12 to 13-second delay between YouTube and the OBS, or YouTube and what actually happens on my screen. We've been going for over an hour and 8 minutes. Excuse me for coughing. So it's 1:36 in the morning. Been streaming since 12:27 in the morning, though. So roughly an hour. Oh man, we only got silver on Elkhart and Brazelton. So both, wow. Both times we failed to get gold. Well, I forgot to do the Bernese Alps. This is one of my favorite maps. The one thing the Forza Horizon series does better than the Forza Motorsport is that you actually get new. The map is new each game. You don't really see that in the Forza Motorsport series. But I don't think that's including the DLC. I don't know why though, but that's just how it is. So, maybe there may have been slight alterations to it. I've never really compared, but I remember this map being available in Forza Motorsport 4. Actually, coincidentally, I don't think this map was available in Forza Motorsport 2. But it is in Forza, obviously Forza Motorsport 5, but at least variations of it exist in Forza Motorsport 4, 5, and 6. So this is a 3-lap race, as you can see. I like to go to Switzerland. For nothing else, definitely the chocolate. I hear Swiss chocolate is very good. And I don't think I've had a real Swiss chocolate. You know, not the things that label, at the very least, label themselves as Swiss chocolate, but I mean legitimate from Switzerland, Swiss chocolate, or chocolate from Switzerland, I should say. That'd be nice to have. And cheese from Belgium and France. I've had Spanish food from Spain, obviously, before. That I got food poisoning basically because of, I guess, some of having Mexican food when I was in Madrid, and I was actually supposed to go to Morocco, but because of my food poisoning, I didn't go. But I was it was Mexican food week. I think it was like my first night or two there. So I know I went to Madrid and Malaga, but I actually have to look up to see where. Because where else I went? Because I always, every time I visit somewhere new, like when I usually come home, I'll make a note of where I go, and then I've been doing this for years. Like TripAdvisor has a travel map, and I'd always add new whenever I go to a new place, regardless of whether I go, whether I leave the state of Arkansas, let alone the country, or not. If it's somewhere I haven't been before, I'll always add it to my travel map on TripAdvisor. So far, so good. I talked a little bit about the La Liga match I went to. Actually, I have a vacation video I made of when I went to Spain and Gibraltar, and you can see it's mostly pictures I took, but some of the videos that I took were of the La Liga match. Actually, if I remember correctly, Real Madrid won 2-0. They won 2-0, and I think they had like a third goal denied or reversed due to VAR, the video assistant referee. Which I think it's actually good that it's being used. It makes the goal scoring and telling what goals are a bit easier to, and it makes the process of knowing which offsides and goals, if their goals are not easier for the referees. Okay, I'm gonna just refill my bottle a little bit. I'll be right back. Bear with me. back, y'all. I'm gonna take a quick drink. Oh, wow, my best lap is 8 seconds ahead of next best lap, I believe. The only other vacation video I have on my channel was when I went to Arizona last year for spring break. Didn't go anywhere this year due to literally the week before spring break. I had the pandemic was announced, and we all had to go into lockdown. And so I didn't go anywhere. I usually go somewhere for spring break and for summer vacation. And maybe every once in a while, Thanksgiving break, I'll go somewhere as well. But it's been a year since I went somewhere on Thanksgiving break. And first place. Excuse me for coughing. And we've been going for over an hour. That's cool. As cool as the other side of the pillow. Alright, 6,649 credits. The affinity level is nearing level 3. And yeah, I mainly want to complete every single series in career mode, but I want to complete every single race as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't think we've done Le Mans before. Silverstone, England. Cool. Excuse me for coughing. And we just passed over an hour and 20 minutes, y'all. I just saw it on my YouTube recognizes passing over an hour and 20 minutes. Let's start the race. 2, 1, go. You see, like, Nightbot, I had a timer set for 15 minutes. One timer set for 15 minutes, and I think another one set for 17 minutes. And, you know, it's been 15 minutes since I used Nightbot, but so it should be appearing up, but I don't know why it isn't. And I'm just happy I got Nightbot working. If anyone knows how to get the timers working properly, is it like, do you have to have enough people to chat, enough people chatting for Nightbot to recognize that, to be active? Like, what's the deal with Nightbot? I usually clear my throat way too much. So, y'all have any plans for the week now that it's a new week? Mine is just the usual, just do schoolwork, start practicing Dutch, like that's the only thing relatively new. Start learning Dutch, and classes, and a project that I really need to take a look at. I think I will when I wake up. I'll be going to bed after this. Maybe not immediately after the stream, but I will. And then I think both projects are actually due at the end of the month that I have. So I will need to check those out. I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather, in terms of actually projects versus tests, I'd rather do tests, but I actually would rather take the time to do in terms of preparing, I'd rather take the time to do projects. First lap is out of the way. It took us nearly 3 minutes to finish the lap. In Silverstone, England. Shout out to y'all to anyone who's watching this from any of the places these maps take place in. If you are, let me know. Making sure I'm not lagging, so that caused a little bit of drift. Caused me to drift a little bit. And lose first place. Yeah, that's gonna help me. I'm probably gonna change the car after this series. I usually like to change cars when I'm doing a new series, so yeah, if there are any games you want me to stream on YouTube, let me know. I have a PS2 and a Wii, which those games will be uploaded to YouTube, but when I stream them, I'll usually be streaming on Twitch. But I have a Nintendo Switch, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, in which I will be streaming on YouTube primarily. It's been a while since I made a Nintendo Switch video, but I would like to do that. I only have 2 games on the Nintendo Switch, though. One of the Pokemon games. Keep forgetting which one. And then the other Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Lap 2, or no, lap 3 actually is done. Lap 3, not lap 2. Otherwise I would have said race complete. Oh shoot, the rewind cost me 49 credits. At least we got the affinity level to level 3. Let's continue. Of all the manufacturers I use, I wish there were a way to easily look up where your I don't think we've raced here at the Mazda Raceway, but anyway, I wish there was an easy way to look up, relatively easy, that, you know, I know how to, but it just made it a bit easier to check your affinity level for all three cars. Or all, I say all three cars, but manufacturers. Technically all three cars, because I'm going to use 3 cars, but I will after I complete these races. Alright, 12th place. Dang, if my understanding is correct, I think I would have looked this up by now, but you need to be at least in the bronze to get credits, but I don't intend on finding out by way of not getting in the bronze tier. Of finishing like below the bronze tier is what I'm trying to say. Granted, I could always look it up, but I don't know, I always prefer asking y'all so I can get some sort of interaction. Either in the live chat if anyone's watching this live, or in the comment section. Because I don't get a lot of comments. Which stinks, because I love seeing people in the live chat, and I love people chatting in the live chat, and I love getting comments as well. You need to pass whoever's in 3rd to get into the gold tier. As I just unintentionally practiced some drifting there. Now I'm in the gold tier, which is much better. Oh, I'd like to finish in 1st, because who doesn't like coming in 1st in races? I don't think there's a sport out there that you get rewarded for finishing last. I know there are sports out there where you technically get can win with the fewest amount of points. Golf is the one that comes to mind. You want to hit the ball in the hole in as few strokes as many. It's like the fewer strokes you hit, the better. The more likely you'll win. But coming in last doesn't get you anything, but knowing that you're the worst person in that competition. We're over an hour and a half. Look at that. At least with my new PC, I don't have to worry about the when the battery will die, because you know it's it's not a laptop, so that's good. And then it's also because I tend to be irresponsible with laptops. Trying to keep an eye on the stream to make sure, and the OBS for to make sure, so I can actually respond to anyone who comes in, and if they're just to make sure I don't lag. I won't get any dropped frames. Which we are near the end of the race. Near the end of the final lap. And will we cross on the first? We won't set a new personal best, I believe. Yes, we did. We just set a new lap best, actually, not personal best. So I meant lap best. It is just after 2 a.m. here. It's 2:01. One thing I gotta do, though, speaking of charging stuff, is I want to charge my my Nintendo Switch, and I want to charge my phone. I will be going to Walmart later today to pick some groceries up. Granted, the Walmart is not that far, but still, I'd rather, you know, have my phone fully charged than partially charged. And the not the PS Vita, that's fully charged, but the I don't know how to record videos with the PS Vita. If you do, let me know. But with the Nintendo Switch, that's just make videos with on the two games, or just play those games for a little bit of fun. Oh shoot, I was too busy using an emote in chat to actually focus on the race starting. I know I've used an emote in stream before, but I think I've only used it in one of my videos, my streams once before on YouTube, so why not do it again? Look at a bit of Sports Center and the news as well. After this, and then go to bed. Then see if there are any good shows that I can watch. You know what? I'm gonna stream some Call of Duty on Twitch afterwards. So after this, maybe like a game or two of zombies. Not sure which Call of Duty yet. I'll let that be a surprise. So make sure you tune into my Twitch channel to see that. And as usual, that Twitch stream will be up on my YouTube channel, which you're obviously watching right now. It'll be up on my YouTube channel later today. Also, I'm going to take a couple minutes after this stream and off just to, you know, not only set everything up on Twitch, but just relax for a couple minutes. And, you know, take a little break. Maybe get a snack, get something healthy to eat. I noticed lately I've been, actually for the past couple of months, most days I've been skipping breakfast. I usually have brunch. And then I usually like have oatmeal and a drink most days. And then I'll usually just, so I'd say about maybe 30 to 40% of the time I'd like have oatmeal and a drink for like brunch. But then I usually have that around midday. And then I have like a sandwich around maybe 3 or 4, and then around 7 I'll have dinner. But lately, I've been just skipping the sandwiches. It's not even a big sandwich. I mean, actually a couple of nights last week, and the week before, I had a fish sandwich for dinner. It was like homemade, where I just warm up the fish and put it in the oven, mainly. And then just like have lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and ranch. And bread, of course, with the fish. I started the Turing test, I believe, a couple days ago. 2 days ago. Very excited about that. I completed What Remains of Edith Finch. You can see all that on my YouTube channel. That's a good game, though. I'd recommend anyone to get What Remains of Edith Finch. And the Turing Test is another good game. Yeah, we're done. Today, actually, I guess technically it's yesterday, but, for dinner, what I had, other than, you know, the drinks I usually drink, I had a couple of apples. Well, no, I didn't have a couple. Yeah, I had one apple yesterday. And then I usually have a couple of fruits as a snack. So I'll have, actually I had to, make like a healthy dessert because I'm on a diet. I'm like down to 264 pounds. I used to be at like 310. So I've lost nearly 50 pounds. Actually, which I'm really happy for myself. I never thought I'd be, that's, like whenever I tried a diet before, I never stick to diet long enough to lose that amount of weight, but it's really my mom who helped me the most with that, so I have to give all the credit to her. For helping me keep track, because I did Nutrisystem actually both times with I did Nutrisystem twice, and both times I lost 30 pounds. Then I went off my diet. So now I've stuck on it, so. One thing that helps is I want to start walking every day, but I actually haven't been walking it very much every day. I've just been eating less. So that's helped a lot. You know, I always say I want to walk more, but I usually forget to do it until it's like late in the night, which would make it not exactly a good time to walk. Yeah, I'm done changing the position of the camera for a little bit. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, sometimes I'll have like, I'll have a healthy dessert, like yogurt with a couple of berries in them. Either blueberries or blackberries. Sometimes. And then I usually drink some hot chocolate in the early hours of the morning. As well. And then for breakfast I usually have oatmeal and a drink, and then coffee. I don't know the name of it. My mom usually makes this healthy drink, so I don't know the proper name of it, but. And then if I do have lunch, it's usually a turkey sandwich with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and ranch, and bread. And then I'll sometimes have coffee then as well, coffee or tea. And then for dinner, I'll usually have fish with a salad. And then in the early hours of the morning, I usually, like I mentioned, I usually have hot chocolate, and then I'll usually drink some Powerade Zero or water. I'm trying to quit soda. I always fail though. But like for the most part, every 2 weeks I'll have like a cheat day. Where I'll just get something unhealthy, and that's like every 2 weeks or so. Well, I'll do that, and it's just one day. So. I'm far behind first and second, but that's okay. Not that far, but I'm not as close as I want to be. So, I love maps like this. This is probably one of my favorite maps, as I mentioned earlier. This is like the Circuit de Prague. Let's say the MX versus ATV and Forza Motorsport series are my two favorite racing series. And the Need for Speed series, but I'm never able to beat, with the exception of Need for Speed Undercover, I've never been able to beat a Need for Speed game. I played, I've done some races in Need for Speed, but I've never actually shown the campaign mode. Which I want to change that. I want to replay the campaign. Other than playing online, I've really unlocked every achievement, almost every achievement that isn't online. And there's one I can't get anymore due to like it being like Need for Speed Day or EA Day, whatever it's called. That's like one achievement I can't get because they don't do that anymore. And we finish in first, y'all. Dang, our car was severely damaged. Oh shoot, had we not rewinded, we would have finished with over 5,000. Credits. Yeah, over 5,000 credits. Alright, 3 more races that I will for sure do. Then I'll see how I feel. Yeah, I drank a lot. I have to use the restroom. I just want to make sure it's paused before I go. Just did not mean to hit my mic there. But I will definitely pause it. Okay. Doesn't need to be paused. I will be right back, y'all. I'm back. And I got the song Stand By Me stuck in my head. So yeah, sorry about that. Let's go. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna end the video after this Oh, I got scared. It was just light on my blue snowball microphone. I got scared because I thought I was lagging severely. And I'm not, actually, so that's good. Okay, I have to rewind. Oh well. All you can do is really just try your best. Okay, it's a 2-lap race. And we are now in the top 10 in this race. Oh man, these next couple of turns are going to be difficult. Alright. That's better. I'm near an ocean because I see a bunch of boats right there. And again, I don't exactly know what the word marina means, but it has to do with the sea. So, yeah, I know I asked this, but what are y'all gonna do this week? More of the same for me. I don't know what to talk about. I know I talk about the same things every stream. Every video, to be honest. We're looking at a little of the NFL today, the National Football League, which is professional American football. The only work that's due today I've already turned in. I mean, I will get started on my project, so don't get me wrong. At least I intend to. But, yeah, I have to rewind there. Great, I'm in 6th. Yeah. And I'll try to watch a little of NXT TakeOver 31. I don't watch NXT because NXT is on the same time as All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. And I'd much rather watch All Elite Wrestling Dynamite than WWE. And but I will, like, I don't really watch most of Raw or SmackDown either. Just because, oh man, the show is so bad. Like, the booking and the storylines are so awful. And to be, AEW has fans there, though wrestling is much more enjoyable with the fans. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. I still rather not have like fans show up just because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Alright, I'm back. We're nearing 2 hours live. Yeah, so actually been very rarely do I watch the majority of Raw or SmackDown nowadays. And that's been the same for the past two years, just because the booking has been so terrible. The storylines have been so bad, so. Though I will watch the WWE pay-per-views, though. You want to start looking at the network to see NXT and NXT UK. Because whenever I've seen NXT, it is far better. The booking and the storylines are far better in the developmental territory than the main roster. Which kind of tells you the state of WWE, because I know Vince McMahon is in charge of Raw and SmackDown, and Triple H and like Shawn Michaels are more so for NXT and NXT UK. So that just kind of to tell you how in a way it's actually sad that the developmental territory has better storylines and better wrestling and better booking than the main roster. So I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, or I guess technically it'll be today, but if I have the time, I'm going to, if not today, tomorrow, when I wake up, after today, if not tomorrow, I would want to maybe look at NXT, like just the latest episode of NXT, and then look at NXT UK. Yeah, I have to rewind. Tenth place. Last place. 16th place. I want to start looking at Impact Wrestling again. So I'm going to try and... I know what times they stream on. It's like 7 to 9 local time here in Arkansas, so... And then I once CMLL returns and starts airing their shows on YouTube again, I will definitely watch that. And then I think Ohio Valley Wrestling uploads the show, so yeah, definitely look at that. And Ring of Honor, actually. I can find Championship Wrestling from Hollywood online. And Traditional Championship Wrestling airs. Look, that's they used to run shows, but now they're out of business. So it's just reruns for Traditional Championship Wrestling. But I'm still looking at Ring of Honor online. And same with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, because I usually stream when those two shows are on. Of course, it all depends on if I have the time or not. I can never figure out which time Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide, which time they air. And where they air as well. It's like the only free Spanish speaking channel I get is Univision, and Univision doesn't air Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. And I don't know if they stream their shows live on Twitch now, which I would have to see. They do. So I'm like a huge professional wrestling fan. If you haven't picked up on that already. Now, New Japan Pro Wrestling. They don't air live, and I don't have the subscription service for that. Man, I would like to see the NWA now. Just due to the history behind it. Lucha Libre is my favorite style of professional wrestling, which is mainly popular in Puerto Rico and Mexico. There aren't many. I don't think there are any Puerto Rican promotions that I follow, but I do follow several Mexican wrestling promotions. There's one promotion I absolutely refuse to watch, and it's a Puerto Rican promotion. It's called World Wrestling Council, or WWC. That's it in English. And I don't watch it because, like, the people in charge, like, back in the 80s, there's this wrestler killed another wrestler, and, like, the two of the people in charge were, like, there when it happened. They could have prevented the murder from taking place, the murder of a wrestler taking place, and they didn't. I think they helped plan it, and like they still run shows. I know one of them still is the owner. So like, and the wrestler who committed the murder was acquitted. So like they haven't like confessed, at least the wrestler who committed the murder hasn't confessed, and even though like there were witnesses there to say that he did it, and due to the nature of the trial, some of the witnesses there weren't able to testify, which is why the wrestler was acquitted. And then like the other people who were like involved or talking about it, they or at least planned it, they never came forward to say they played a part in it, or they never, to my knowledge, they never came forward. So I absolutely refuse to watch the promotion until at least it changes ownership. But with WWE, I'm watching that less and less now because some of the controversial things done in the past as well. So we're gonna finish in second at the very best. I'm gonna drink the rest of the flavored water from this bottle. Chris, I heard there's some controversy surrounding the owner, like the main investor of AEW, but I'm not sure how true that is. We leveled it up to level 4. Oh, and our driver level is 16. Then again, if I stop at the same time, if I stopped watching everything that had something controversial with it, I never watch anything. I don't mean to be disrespectful towards anyone, but okay, Spa, Belgium. I think this will be the final race of the stream, and like after this race, I'm going to hop off and then just stream a little on Twitch. Stream some Call of Duty Zombies. Yeah, I meant no disrespect towards anyone with what I said earlier. Let me make that clear. So let me, I'm actually going to choose the next series. And then I'm gonna hop off. So basically, to finish at least at the worst bronze, you need to finish in the top 10. Which we're in 10th place right now. I want to finish in the gold tier, more specifically first place, but I don't always do that. That's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna always give it my best. So this race is in Spa, Belgium. Am I pronouncing that correctly? The city. You know, in English, the word Belgium is pronounced Belgium. So if there's a correct pronunciation, let me know. You know, one thing I found interesting is how language changes over time. Like, growing up as a kid, like, YouTuber wasn't, like, a job, let alone a word, until at the earliest 2007, and it didn't even become part of, like, it didn't even become mainstream until, like, 2009, 2010, at the earliest, I believe, maybe later. So yeah, I'd say around 2010. So yeah, like I was 10 years old when YouTube was first launched. Actually, the website was first launched 3 days before my 10th birthday, so I was really 9 years old. The website launched, but the first video was uploaded when I was 10. A couple months after my 10th birthday. So I had spent more than half my childhood living, not knowing. More than half my childhood. And with YouTube not even in existence. Like, there are kids kids nowadays that have spent the vast majority of their childhood with YouTube accessible for them to watch. Like, I grew up with the internet, but it wasn't as prominent in society as it is now. I mean, if you were like born the year YouTube came, you'd be pretty much, if you're born in the school year YouTube came out, you'd be in 10th grade right now. You'd be like 15. 9th, 10th grade, so you'd be entering high school. Wow. This has been, at the time of this recording, it's been 15 years since YouTube was launched. Some other sites that I regularly visit. Wikipedia is one I visit just about every day. In addition to YouTube, that was launched in 2001. So you'd be, if you were born in 2001, you'd be, I think, eligible to vote. Yeah, you could not voted in the last election, but people born the same year Wikipedia came out will vote in the this year's election for the very first time. Well, in any election for the very first time here in the United States, at least. So you have to be 18 to vote. And Neopets was a site I played a lot, and that came out in 1999. So you can actually, if you're born in 1999, you can, here in the U.S., you can start legally buying alcohol. Not that I would recommend it, but I mean, I don't drink a lot. I don't drink alcohol. I personally don't like the taste. It's rare for me to drink anything with a little bit of with alcohol in it, and you would have to have a small amount of alcohol for me to enjoy it. I just never liked the taste, so. RuneScape was a game I played. That site was launched in 2001. So same year was Wikipedia. Not sure when Twitch was launched. I know Vimeo. I rarely use Vimeo. That was launched in like 2004. But I do have a Vimeo account. So I'm going to hop off now. Well, I'm going to choose the next series. So we've gone 6,270 credits. The gold earning was 5,500. I'm going to choose the next series and see what my affinity level is for the 3 manufacturers. Should have completed. Yes, I have completed every single race. So I only have 3 more series. I'm going to choose this one, the Modern Hot Hatch. What does FWD mean? I know nothing about cars. So, I'm not sure when Twitch was first launched. I know it was originally called Justin TV, but I've been using Twitch for about 6 years. Since like 2014. I had a previous Twitch account called Multi Apples, but I can't sign into that one anymore. So, I created my current Twitch account, which, if you've made it this far, you've seen the links to it in the comment section or the description if you look there. And I started streaming on that a few years ago. I was streaming for a couple days in a row before like total lag. Let's go ahead and get the German car, the Volkswagen. I want to see what colors they have. Yellow isn't my favorite color, but you can buy this. Let's buy with credit. I don't think we have enough tokens. So I want to show y'all my current garage now, which I think is where you go to check the affinity level. I'll back out of this soon. I'm gonna stream on Twitch, and then I also want to see when Twitch was founded and first launched. I think, if I remember correctly, YouTube was like the second or third most popular website in the world, which is pretty cool if you think about it. I know I visit YouTube several times every day, several times a day, so I'm using it right now. Let's go car. So let's go my car. Here is the car I just bought. The Italian called it Alfa Romeo. Got an Aston Martin, which is from Great Britain. The Citroen, I don't know how to pronounce that something, but that's from France. The Dodge, which is from the US. Use this one, or no, I haven't used this one. This is from, I want to say Australia. I can never tell with the colors. South Korea and Japan. So, let's see. So I may have to go here. Let's go car. My cars. Oh yeah. Okay. View car history. So. Can we see the affinity level? Oh, no, it cannot. Dang it. Oh, you can't. Filter. No. View history. Haven't used this car. Wait, have I used this car? No, I haven't. Have I used the Dodge, though? Yes, I have used the Dodge. I think we're gonna use this car next. My cars. And then shoot. Alphabetical order, I think. Yeah, I want to use all the cars I have for at some point. This is my favorite car I own. just because of the color scheme. So yeah. Let me also make sure I haven't used this one. I know I just checked, but filter, no. View history. So I haven't used this one before. This one is actually similar to this one, so that's why I get confused. Anyway, now I'm hopping off. I'll be on Twitch. Love y'all. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. And also, let me know what you think in the comment section as well. Here. The Twitch stream I did yesterday, and the Twitch stream I'm going to do today. Those streams will be on YouTube. They should be on YouTube yesterday. Or, not yesterday, later today. Anyway, deuces. Bye. Make sure. What it is on. Okay, it's on. So, bye.